What's up, everybody? Back for another Hawkeye Star Row video. In this video, we are gonna talk about the update for version 3.8. Now, as we know, we're obviously going to be seeing the banners, part of Constance's kit, the events, and whatnot, right? But there is something more important to talk about, and that is the fact that we probably aren't going to see any teasers for 4.0, and the fact that we really need this to be a more than regular update because we are going to be having a potential few weeks where it's going to be extended. Right now, my hope for this patch is that they drop some great content, but I'm highly skeptical because even this patch, well, we had currency wars, which is a massive update, right? They're not going to do that twice, right? So one, they're not going to do that twice, and we have probably, this is probably like the filler patch of 3.0 or 3.x, I should call it, right? Because most of it is just like the introduction, getting started with the story. Now that the story's over, we're sort of in like the, I don't know if you can really call it like filler. Well, Sunday and the Sunday and Fugue thing like was cool and all, but it wasn't the most hype unless you're a huge Sunday fan, at least to me, right? So I would say that was like the filler end before we got to the next planet. So this is kind of like that spot, right? Which ironically we're going back to Pen and Coney, lol. So the events are probably going to be a little lackluster on that end, right? But we can be saved by the reruns. So we know Constance is going to be the first half, and during the second half, it'll be all reruns, not right? Now, we're going to put characters at the bottom. So she won't be rerunning because she just came out, just came out, just came out, just came out, just came out. These two are collab characters. They're probably going to be leaving relatively soon. Currently rerunning, just reran, just reran, just reran. Currently rerun, just reran. I can't remember on top of my head when she reran, right? So we're already down all these characters, right? So we have Herda. Herda reran recently, actually. Fugue was 3.2, so like maybe she could rerun. Sunday, is Sunday hype enough to carry part 2? Maybe, right? Rappa like is okay, like Linksha is okay. I'm not like really trying to rank these, but I'm trying to figure out like who would be hype enough to carry, right? Maybe like we had Kafka with Hycealans, like that's not gonna work. All the buff characters got reruns when they got buffs, so like that's a little bit down the drain on that one. This character's free. Um, Free character, free 50-50 loss, 50-50 loss. These are all standard characters. So let me move all these. All right. Boom, boom. Oh, what? Oh, crap. Who goes up here? You. You reran recently. Did she? Did she reran with Dot? Am I tripping? I think she did. Oh, okay, boom. Okay, so these are all the characters that are not going to rerun because they're either free in a shop. Oh, wait, did I put Luocha? There we go. They're either free in a shop, they're in the 50-50 loss system, or they reran very recently, right? So out of all the characters left, these are like the main candidates to rerun, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's not looking too great. The characters I would say have some use would be like Woho, Fugue, kinda, Rappa, kinda, Linksha, kinda, Firefly, kinda, Sunday. Um, like technically these two, Acheron, Sparkle. Wait, Sparkle reran with Archer. What am I saying? Um, Fei Zhao, kinda. She's kind of cool. Like Robin. Adventuring has like no point because Don Hang, PT. Boot Hill's on like the lower end. Firefly's only up here because she's hype. Rappa's only up here because she hasn't reran in a while, right? So the options that we have for reruns, unless they cheat and say fuck it and they just bring back like Herda again or something like that, or one of like the more older rerun characters, we don't got a lot of options, right? especially with Constance being part one. I mean, I'm crossing my fingers they make her both parts, just because if they're gonna extend a patch, at least have the newest character available to be summoned the entire time. I know she's not as hype as like Cyrene or even like Castros and Vanon, who didn't get that, but like, come on, bro, look at her options, man. Like, they're like, these guys are not rerunning. These guys are like less hype on the end, less useful. These characters have like a very niche like use to them. Like, obviously Phaedra's a bit higher. Phaedra's probably hype. I'm probably like, we'll do that, right? The only reason I have these here is because like you could use them with like Herda, I guess, right? So maybe people want them for that. They don't want to use the Moxa. But our options are a little slim. I'm not gonna lie, right? A little slim. I don't know if any of these characters would be hyped to anyone, because Woho is kind of on her way out. Super Break's not doing too good. So like these four, you know, obviously that could change with depending on Constance's kit. Just saying, cough cough, right? Sunday, people like hate him way too much. I don't see the hate. Akron and Phaedra are kind of older DPSs. People probably want summon, and then there's Robin, who's still really good, but a lot of people have her. So like, what is the hype character that we're gonna have banner wise, right? But enough of that rant, right? We still have to talk about the rest of the patch. So we're gonna have not so high valued banners. So the summon, the like, oh, the extended patch, at least we have to like pull for good characters. That's probably out of the window, right? We're probably just gonna not summon. You're probably just gonna be able to save, which is a W depending on what 4.0 is, right? But the events are gonna be a little lackluster. It really, like, I don't see them doing an event that'll, you know, keep you engaged with the game for the extra amount of time, right? I'm really hoping that, I don't know. I actually don't know what they'll do. Like, I like realistically, I can guess the banners. I can guess they'll have maybe one extra event, but I don't think there's a single event that will be able to save Starrel for multiple weeks on end, bro. Like, they already don't do that, right? For people who play every day, right? Obviously, if you are busy and you don't play every single day, or you play very minimal amounts, you'll be fine, right? You'll probably be okay with this. But for the people who really like the game and they try to play every day, or they play like, you know, in big little like chunks, right? You're probably gonna get everything done and not have anything to do. So I don't know, man. They're gonna have to wow me with this live stream, because it is not looking too great for this little section of Starro. I'm sure when 4.0 comes out, it'll be hype. Like, the level will be back, but I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just a hater right now. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think they can drop to save 3.8 from just being a wholly dead patch, right? Do you think if they drop like a new relic set, you know, a brand new event style, maybe that could save it? The story might be pretty cool. Yeah. Do you think character buffs? Character buffs might actually save it, depending on who they buff, right? But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Will happen in the comments below. The live stream will be not tomorrow night. Well, I guess tomorrow night for me, because I'm just gonna stay up, so it's technically like almost the night for me. But yeah, I'll have a video on that, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one.